Alright, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I am back, and it is time for another AlphaStar 1 vs 1 replay cast. Today, our map number 1 is going to be King's Cove Ladder Edition. In the top left-hand side of the map, we have none other than the star of all these videos, the AlphaStar. I did not intend to make that pun, but it just kind of happened. In the bottom right-hand side of the map, we have Master Toss. This Masters player is going to be taking on AlphaStar in a PvP, and I gotta talk about it. When is AlphaStar gonna get punished by two Adepts shading into its main base? It almost never goes for a high ground wall off. And so you're like, oh, two Adepts would totally wreck AlphaStar's day. But it never happens. And so I want to see if this will be the game that does indeed happen. Okay. Now we have got gateway on the way, single gateway, second gateway on the way for the Masters player. I wonder if AlphaStar is going to do its one gate expansion thing that it does. Because, like, it is not a build that should work in Starcraft 2, really. If you see someone go for a one-gate expand in a PvP, you kill them. And this is exactly what AlphaStar is doing this game. This Masters Protoss player has seen the Nexus go up. This Masters player apparently was using the Diva announcer pack, which is cool, I guess. But yeah. He spotted this. He sees AlphaStar has gone for no low ground wall off, has gone for one gate, and you just gotta proxy the Robo. And I mean, we have actually seen PvPs, now that I think of it, which the Masters player has gone and proxied something, and then AlphaStar just holds it anyway. So I'm wondering if we're going to get another case of that, because this probe looks like it's up to no good. The Masters player did steal AlphaStar's gas. I didn't notice that till just now, which is very notable. But then again, I don't think it should really affect just a one-gate play. Now the Masters player will be throwing up a proxy, so I really do have to commend him for doing that. He's actually a little bit supply blocked, though, so he delayed that pylon since he was proxying it, so he'll just have one Adept out. Yeah, I'm curious to see how well this is going to work out for the Masters player. AlphaStar is going for a one-gas Stargate, which it actually built right next to that assimilator, so it's known that there's a Stargate out on the map, so the Masters player shouldn't be caught off guard by this. He's now going for his own Stargate proxied. I don't know if this is going to be enough to actually punish necessarily the one-gate expand that AlphaStar has gone for, though, because look at it. AlphaStar is already ahead by 6 probes. That number is going to keep increasing. It's getting way more mining efficiency. Somehow, the AI has the quicker Stargate. So it's got a quicker Stargate, it's got more probes. I just don't really know what to say. Now, 2 Adepts are going to move out for the Masters player, so there's hope yet, but it looks like they're going to run right into AlphaStar's Adepts. No, they'll narrowly avoid each other. A second Stargate goes up for the Masters player. Now, this is some next level play. This could be like an SOS build if he goes for a secret 2-gate Phoenix. I haven't actually seen AlphaStar do Phoenix versus Phoenix, so that would be really interesting to see. I don't think the AI would have the best understanding of this, but oh no! The Masters player went for a wall, but he didn't complete it, so now these 2 Adepts are going to shade in. They're going to be able to start gunning down probes left, right, and center. Looks like the 2 Adepts do show up for the Masters player to start harassing AlphaStar's probes. Phoenix lifts one of them, probes dispatch the other. This Adept will indeed get a few probe kills, but she's not being microed. The 2 Adepts still causing the Masters player a lot of grief. And AlphaStar is just going mental with how well it goes for these one-gate expands. Like, it doesn't get punished at all. It's going to have double the economy of its opponent. It's going to be able to make so many units. If we look at the income tab right now, AlphaStar is pretty much double. I'm not exaggerating. It's 35 probes to 19. That's almost double. The Masters player is now throwing up an expand, but it's like you're just going to be so far behind. He can't even afford to produce Phoenix off of both of his Stargates. AlphaStar is just so good at wrecking. Now, there is always a chance, though, that the Masters player will be able to, say, get out more Phoenix than AlphaStar, but AlphaStar does throw up an extra Stargate. So it's going to have that very high Phoenix count. And yeah, this looks really good for the AI once more. I mean, having an extra base up versus not having an extra base up, it's kind of a big deal. It really blows me away how the AI does this. Like, I don't know if this would ever work against a GM or something, but versus a Masters player who's quite good, you got to be pretty decent at the game to be Masters, then, like, AlphaStar just does it so easily. This Masters player has no idea how behind he is. Phoenix are being built for both players. AlphaStar now has that extra Stargate up. We see the Masters player is still making Phoenix, but once again, he can't afford to produce off both of his Stargates, so he's ahead of just one Phoenix, despite being so far behind in the economy. AlphaStar is going to catch up in Phoenix. It's now throwing up a third Stargate, and AlphaStar is just wrecking right now. Going for mass Phoenix, it's going to be able to produce off 3 Stargates, whereas this guy can barely produce off 2. It's getting up a third base. I don't know what to say. I think we maybe have seen mass Phoenix from AlphaStar once before. It's tough to recall everything the AI has done, but this game, it is just showing us how good it is. The Phoenix are now moving across the map for AlphaStar. It's 8-8. We'll see. The Phoenix are going to clash. AlphaStar will pull its own back. These players are battling it out. I'm not sure who's going to win. Manual targeting from the Masters player. AlphaStar pulling back its injured Phoenix, though, is totally just going to win this game. And that's definitely it. The Masters player is donezo as AlphaStar is pumping out 3 Phoenix at a time. The Masters player is like, well, I guess I'll make 2 more Phoenix, because that's all I can do. And this is just... It's not even funny how much AlphaStar totally destroyed this guy. The AI really understanding how important gas is when it's going Phoenix versus Phoenix, so it's already getting those up. Nicely timed with the Nexus. AlphaStar will move across the map with these Phoenix. There'll be nothing to counter them. It's just a matter of waiting for the Masters player to be killed. I see literally no way for him to come back in this game. But ladies and gentlemen, I totally forgot. Seeing as how there's 10 Phoenix out on the map for AlphaStar, let's try and hit 10 likes on this video. I forgot to mention that. But we see the Phoenix lift up the Stalkers. They're now going to murder the other Phoenix, killing their own kind with glee. Probes are getting lifted. The Masters player is out of here. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are heading into game number 2. Pneuma Repugnancy will be the map, and it's not a PvP, because we all know what happens apparently now when AlphaStar does a PvP. Instead, it is a ZVP Alpha Toss, showing us once again taking on a Zerg player, but oh, this Zerg player is up to no good, sending out a drone pretty much right away. A super duper early drone send out from the Masters player. This drone is totally up to no good. Gonna be heading right to the natural base of AlphaStar, it would seem. The drone runs by the pylon, is just scouting out. Is it gonna go for like a gas steal or build a hatchery? I don't know. But it's definitely a hit that the Masters player has taken to send this drone out this early on. It's now going to go ahead and hide somewhere. Will it explode into a hatchery? Yes, it will. Seeing as how AlphaStar likes to go for its normal expand builds, I like how the Masters player is going to be throwing it off, but immediately the AI throws up an extra gateway, knowing it's going to have a surplus of minerals. No probes have been pulled yet to deal with this, which seems to be which is the standard PvZ response to my understanding, because usually you pull some probes to keep the hatch low on health and you chrono out a zealot. So far, AlphaStar says, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and build a couple of extra gateways, get my Cyber Core up, chrono boost out 1 zealot, maybe make a second, I'm not sure. But this will be a notable delay on the economy of AlphaStar. AlphaStar, though, does come across the map, says, oh, okay, you're going for a normal expo, or, well, it doesn't see a roach horn or anything just yet. It's not scouting out necessarily perfectly. There we go. Now it sees the pool, so it knows the pool timing, so it knows there can't be any spines or roaches coming out anytime soon out of this hatchery. And then we have got the other hatchery going up. So yeah, just a delay coming from the Masters player. We'll see if he actually lets this hatch complete or not. This is forcing AlphaStar to make a Zealot, a Stalker, he goes for the cancel on the hatchery and builds the Evo. Not something that we see too often anymore, but this will be a big pain for AlphaStar to deal with. The other Zealot should be enough to cancel this, though. The drone will have to cancel to avoid getting killed, although he'll probably die. No cancel, actually a kill, so a mistake from the Masters player, who was floating quite a bit of minerals, but then just decided to make a bunch of Zerglings to maybe send out across the map. He now has enough gas to start up speed, so he's going to pull out of that. I liked the build from the Masters player, but the fact that he didn't cancel that drone cost him a fair bit. If he had ran the drone properly, I think he maybe could have got, say, an extra scout into AlphaStar's base, run the drone around a bit, of course save himself the minerals. Looks like one probe is running in for AlphaStar to try and get an additional scout off on this. The AI, though, not phased, is making a couple of adepts, moving across with this one adept. Not giving a darn about the probe, though. Just gonna have the Lings keep chasing that. The adept is gonna run into the natural base. We'll see if these Lings can shut her down easily. Looks like the adept will target down one drone, but then gets picked off. Not bad for the Zerg player. AlphaStar is making a couple more adepts, getting up a robo. I'm curious to see if it'll just go into that killer PvZ build it usually does, despite the hurdle that it had initially. So we'll see if it is going to be that multiple adept harassment into the DTs with the Prism. That's something that I will find very interesting to know. Although Ling speed is finished, or about to be finished for the Masters player. He's got 8 Lings out. AlphaStar is moving in with 2 adepts. We'll see how well the Masters player can shut these down. I feel with speed and knowing the adepts are coming, he should be able to shut these down with ease. There's a Roach Warren, which has also been scouted. It's like these Lings now going to engage these adepts, but the Masters player not really paying too much attention. These adepts are going to shade into his main base. Once again, it's AlphaStar killing drones with adepts. We're going to rename this channel, guys, to the AlphaStar Kills Drones Daily. Is pretty much what it's going to be as we see these adepts just pick off like, 5 drones or so. Not too bad. Like 3 is the preferred amount for a Zerg versus 2 adepts. 4 is acceptable. I think 5 is, no thank you. So we'll see what the Masters player is going to do to come back. He's making a big round of drones, but then he's going to need something. Roaches, preferably, in order to defend against the attack, which is now going to be moving out. AlphaStar moving out with Stalkers, with Zealots, with Sentries. Going to be catching its opponent off guard. And with this Overlord going down, that is a big, big supply block. Knocking out the Masters player production. He has to wait till this Overlord finishes. He's going to need to fire up a few more. This could be bad news indeed for the Masters player. AlphaStar is crossing the map quickly. Spines get built because the Masters player knows he's got money and can't spend it right now. Now he's on supply blocked. He's making more roaches, but no, he loses another Overlord. So the Masters player is once again supply blocked, and AlphaStar might not even commit here. It may just go home. We'll see. As back at home, it's getting up a Robo-Bay, getting up a Forge. I imagine a third will be on the docket at some point. Now we see in comes AlphaStar pushing in with the Prism, pushing in with this handful of units, but it's a very non-committal attack from the AI. Queens, Roaches, gonna be pushing this force away. Yeah, the Masters player not gonna be able to make this attack happen. We'll see though if he is gonna, or not gonna be able to catch this army, but we'll see if he does turn this around into a big attack on AlphaStar. But the fact that there's an Immortal done, and now out on the map with the Prism, and this is just a small amount of Roach Ravager, which will not trade well against this. I'm very concerned for the Masters player this game. AlphaStar, there was like 1 or 2 videos which it was just getting wrecked, or showing us very poor games, but now the AI in these matches I'm casting is just destroying its opponents. I mean, the Masters player isn't dead yet, but I know what happens when AlphaStar has out Disruptors and a good economy. Like, no one comes back from that, I don't think. So we'll see if the AI is going to be able to close this one out or not. Looks like cannons are going up defensively. That's good to see. A Stargate even. We'll see what that's going to be used for. And then AlphaStar just getting up that 3rd base. Looks like some Roaches are now on the way for the Masters player. A few more Roaches, some Overlords, but the thing is there's no lair. This is all being done off of 1 gas. There's, yeah, not a lot going for the Masters player. He's floating a lot of minerals because he doesn't have much gas to make units with. So he's got to get up extra gases. He's got to get a lair so he'll have Roach speed. Otherwise, Roaches without speed against Disruptors is not going to be pretty. The Masters player fires up a big round of drones. He's now building a lair, making a couple of lings, but I think he needs a lot more lings than this in order to deal with this army. The roaches and ravagers themselves will not cut it. I'd like to see a big swath of lings, seeing as how it is mainly a stalker army from the Masters, from AlphaStar, pardon me. Looks like some lings are going for a counterattack, but there's cannons, there's a disruptor. Will AlphaStar use the disruptor? The answer is going to be no. The AI just can't be bothered. Rightfully so, it didn't need to use the disruptor. And then we see a hallucinated Phoenix scouting out the lair timing. AlphaStar just throwing up more cannons. Probably going to be getting up a 4th base at some point. And then just, I mean, doing a pretty good job staying ahead in supply. Supply is relatively even, but it is roach supply against non-roach supply, so that is not good at all for the Masters player. I think if the Masters player was going to pull a move this game, I would like to see a Spire. But AlphaStar is already building Phoenix, getting up an extra Stargate, so I'm not sure what the Masters player should do. Like, should he just go into Infestors or something? I mean, the Spire is on the way. I'd say that's the reasonable play. But AlphaStar is already thinking like so many steps ahead with a Stargate already finished. He just threw up a random Stargate like it has a 6th sense and is like, you're going to make mutas. And now that it's building cannons in every base, it's producing Phoenix. I really don't know what the Masters player is going to have to basically bring down this AI. Looks like the Roaches and Ravagers are moving to the north. That lair's done though, but there's no speed, so these units will be comically slow. I do like from the Masters player kind of hiding the Spire behind these Overlords, but I don't think AlphaStar's vision works that way, because it plays on a grid if I'm not mistaken, so visual tricks like this will not actually catch AlphaStar off guard, I think. If someone could correct me on that if I'm wrong, that would actually be really nice to know. Corrosive getting tossed down. Roach is pushing in for the Masters player, but AlphaStar has disruptors. These Ravagers will be lifted up by the Phoenix. The Roaches are going to say, nope, sorry boys, we're leaving ya. And the Ravagers will say, no! He has a bunch of Phoenix. Now, the Masters player has floated a ton of money, is making some Corruptors and Mutalisk. I do like this choice, making the Corruptors to deal with the Phoenix, then making the Mutas in order to try and get damage done. So I really like that choice. I think it's the choice of a great Zerg player, but the problem is AlphaStar has gone religiously into cannons. There is 9 cannons at its 3rd base. There's only 1 in its main, then there's 2 at its natural. But that is still going to be enough to cause the Masters player a lot of grief. AlphaStar going to be crossing the map. 13 drones are getting fired up for the Masters player, so he understands the importance of an economy, much like AlphaStar. But we'll see if there's a chance that he'll just die to what AlphaStar is going for. Lings make it into the main base, but the cannons, once again, buying AlphaStar a lot of time. The Lings run in, they see the Dark Shrine. I believe they would have seen the 2 Stargates. Yes, they do. And I'm just not sure what the Masters player should be making. I mean, all these mutas are going to be hiding in the bottom left, but the Phoenix production is continuing non-stop for AlphaStar. Apparently, my phone was not on silent. I do apologize for that. Let's see, +1 flyer attack is on the way for the Masters player, so he's going to have that for his mutas. And he is building up a very healthy amount of mutas. 14 mutas, 7 Corruptors to safeguard them. Looks like the Corruptors are coming forward to try and deal with the mutas, though. Phoenix going to micro against the Corruptors. 1's dead. The Corruptors might actually lose this battle. Oh my gosh, there's so many Phoenix. They will actually kill the Corruptors. The Prism gets focused down, but yeah, there's too many Phoenix. They have +1 attack. And these Corruptors are just running. Don't you know you can't run from Phoenix Corruptors? More Corruptors are being made in a panic for the Masters player. He's even building another Spire, oddly enough. I guess to have as many upgrades as he possibly can, but these mutas in the bottom left can't do anything since their Corruptor guards were killed, and there's a bajillion Phoenix for AlphaStar. The Phoenix are just going to start lifting up Roaches. Look how quickly they're killing these Roaches. I had hope for the Masters player this game, but with losing all those Corruptors and then just making a few more, I'm not sure what he needs. Like, he's going to need Vipers or something to deal with this many Phoenix, because AlphaStar has been ahead of the curve with making Phoenix. Like, normally if a Zerg starts making Corruptors around when a Protoss starts making Phoenix, there's no way the Protoss will win with the Phoenix, but due to the fact that AlphaStar started making Phoenix so early on, it just has an overwhelming amount. So it's really interesting how the AI is doing that. I'm not saying the Masters player is dead yet. He's on a very healthy economy, 75 drones. He doesn't have that many units, though, that are going to help him win a fight or something. And we are seeing that there is indeed Archons out, which there isn't really a counter at all for the Masters player. Lings are trying to buy time. They will kill off that cannon, which is nice for the Masters player. Finally getting a few probes killed. I think that was probably like some of the first probes killed this game. Now there's Spore Crawlers on the way for the Masters player, but I am quite concerned that there's nothing on the ground that's going to deal with all of these Archons, with these Disruptors. I mean, I think the Zerg's game plan was to make it to the Broodlords at the end, but the problem is AlphaStar is almost maxed out now and is going to be attacking. There is nothing for the Masters player to deal with this. He's firing up more Corruptors. He's got a big chunk of Mutas, but 18 Mutas is not going to kill 4 Archons, guarded by a bajillion Phoenix Stalkers. There's even 7 DTs in the mix, because why not? And so AlphaStar is going to show its prowess once again, even with an early hatch hurdle. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, slap that like button. If you're new to the channel, press that subscribe button. We're aiming for 10,000 subs by the end of the year. And then join the Discord if you haven't already. And follow me on Twitter, as I sometimes tweet out Starcraft things. I'll see you next time. This has been LaughNgamez. Thanks for watching.